Just 2 years after UKA had £2.2 million in cash reserves, the deficit is more than twice as large as the loss reported in 2021 to 2022. Just 7 months before the Olympics in Paris, UK Athletics has disclosed an annual loss of £3.7 million. Renegotiating the agreement with kit sponsor Nike was necessary for the British governing body of the most popular sport at the Games to avoid bankruptcy. Accounts at March 31 will show a net liability position of £3.2 million, stated UKA chairman Ian Beattie. That is obviously unsustainable in the long run. The deficit for the year 2022 to 23 is more than double the loss posted in 2021 to 22 and comes just 2 years after UKA had cash reserves of £2.2 million. A little over 3 months ago, Great Britain and Northern Ireland had their best World Championship performance since 1993. They shot up to 7th place in the world table with 10 medals in Budapest, including gold for men's 1,500-meter star Josh Kerr and heptathlete Katarina Johnson-Thompson. However, this achievement covered up the shortcomings at home, where holding events was responsible for £2 million of the overall losses. The Birmingham Diamond League, the test event for the Commonwealth Games, incurred losses of nearly £800,000. The World Indoor Tour lost around £500,000. We're projecting a loss of £1.6 million for this year, 2023 to 24, continued Beattie. And a loss of £400,000 for next year, 2024 to 25, then moving to a break-even position in 2025 to 26. But we have a reasonable expectation that the business can still survive, and we've spoken to insolvency practitioners to make sure we're right on this. The Commonwealth Games test event, the Birmingham Diamond League, suffered losses of almost £800,000. Roughly £500,000 was lost by the World Indoor Tour. Beattie went on, we're projecting a loss of £1.6 million for this year, 2023 to 24. Additionally, there will be a £400,000 loss in 2024 to 2025 before reaching break-even in 2025 to 2026. However, we have a realistic expectation that the company can still survive, and we have confirmed this with insolvency practitioners. The source of that confidence is the long-term kit deal UKA has with Nike, which has been extended to 2040 and renegotiated to pay a significant chunk up front. It allowed the organization to close the financial year with cash in the bank of £6.5 million. Beattie continued, what the cash position does and what the profit-loss account shows differs significantly. And the reason we can feel confident is that we have a solid cash position that will allow us to turn a profit before we run out of money. We probably wouldn't have many football teams or anything else around if every organization that was hit with net liabilities decided to give up and declare bankruptcy, because that's where they are. But as long as they continue to get cash that allows them to have certainty they can pay their creditors, and looking ahead the foreseeable future, and a reasonable expectation of turning that around, we can and are expected to go ahead on that basis, and that's where we are. Despite selling 50,000 tickets for the London Diamond League meet in July, UKA's lack of a broadcast contract and sponsorship revenue meant that the event would have cost the governing body nearly £500,000 to stage. Executives maintain that funding for the Paris Games is ring-fenced, but the sport's future is bleak if track and field supporters don't realize how important it is to raise the sport's profile.